Tonight, 6 players are about to play for a shot at $1 million. Get ready for the most futuristic poker superstructure ever imagined, the Poker Dome. Competitors from around the world have flown to Las Vegas to face off against each other. Look out for this player from Tennessee. John Brand Jr. warns he's capable of going crazy at the table at any time. Beware of traps with this lady at the Poker Dome. A mother of 4 children, Iowa's Kara Whedon says she'll get more daring when she accumulates a bigger chip stack. The United Kingdom is home to this speed poker addict. He manages a tool factory by day, but Barry Burniston is known online as Poker Barry at night. This guy has caught a bad case of poker fever. He loves to disguise his style of play. Nebraska's Brett Ott describes himself as a chameleon at the table. With 18 months of poker experience under her belt, England's Victoria Whale calls herself a tight, passive player who plans to change gears quickly here at the Poker Dome. And poker is a brand new venture for this high school business teacher from Canada. Eric Clark took up poker when, get this, his rugby career came to an end. The players have arrived. Tonight, $25,000 is up for grabs. And one of the 6 players behind this door will advance towards our tournament grand prize, $1 million. This is the MansionPoker.com Poker Dome Challenge. Unmistakable Las Vegas, Nevada, where we are coming to you from the historic downtown district at the corner of Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street, the home of the MansionPoker.com Poker Dome Challenge. The Poker Dome is set and open for business. The contestants are wearing heart monitors, and the proper measures have been taken to ensure the players will not be in contact with any of the audience. Now, it's time to play speed poker at the Poker Dome, where the studio audience can look in, but when it's time to play speed poker, the players cannot see out. Okay, here are tonight's seat assignments. In seat 1, Brett Ott from Lincoln, Nebraska, followed by Whedon and Clark. In seat 4, Barry Burniston from the UK, then Whale and Brand Jr. So get ready, we're playing speed poker in the Poker Dome. I'm John Kelly, along with Michael Koenig. Leanne Tweeden will be here for interviews and that check presentation coming at the end of the show. Now here's the deal. The players get 15 seconds to act tonight. Victoria Whale is first up. And throughout the show, you'll notice a countdown clock up on your screen to show you just how close these players get to being timed out.
JK, right off the bat, 2 players dealt pocket pairs. Brand with the 6s has smooth called the 1,000 chip blind, and Burniston in the big blind with the big pair of 10s. He's gonna jack it up.
Call. Brand makes the call with his pocket 6s. We go to the flop, 2-handed. Burniston versus Brand. Ace, 7, 5. And you'll see the heart rates right now. Both players somewhat cool in the early going. We'll have that for you throughout the show. On the turn, a 3 of spades. Doesn't help either player. Burniston's still well in front.
Brand has picked up an inside straight draw. More important, he has position on Burniston, who I think was a little bit frozen by seeing that ace on the flop.
Burniston loading up as the clock goes. He decides to muck his hand. He mucks the better hand. Brand picks up our first pot of the evening. Now, if you're curious about how all this works, for those of you new to speed poker, this is exactly how it goes down.
So do you have 3?
There are 6 players, 2 dealers, and just 15 seconds to act. Each player is dealt 2 down cards and must decide whether to call, raise up to the pot limit, or fold within 15 seconds. Now, if 2 or more players remain in the hand, the community cards are dealt. The first 3 cards are called the flop, and they're followed by a round of betting where players can then go all in. Next comes the 4th card called the turn. more betting, and finally the fifth card called the river. Remaining players can bet one more time, then show their hand. In all cases, the best 5-card hand wins and takes the pot. Each player can use one 30-second time extension button per match prior to heads up, and both players are guaranteed one time extension in heads up play. That is speed poker. Well, our blinds right now, early on, 1,000 and 1,000. 6 players on a quest for $25,000 this evening.
And look at this. Whedon, pocket kings on our second hand. And I think she might get a little business. I mean, Bernstein's A7 is marginally playable. Brand, with his king-queen, is already in there.
Whedon with the pocket kings, raised to the pot. That's the rules here in speed poker. Pre-flop, you can only go pot limit. After the flop, all bets are off, no limit.
And that's a good fold there by John Brand.
All mine.
So Kara Whedon
Thanks, John.
from Pleasant Hill, Iowa, grabs her first pot of the evening. Strong starting hand of pocket cowboys.
And she politely thanked her opponents for folding.
See, Midwest values. Nice young lady.
You didn't want to play that one.
She lets
So
you
you may
know
have that.
I had power to flex.
Before you did a re-raise.
Yeah.
I bet the pot.
Why?
Guy from Lincoln, Nebraska, Mr. Odd, betting the pot.
JK with the blinds at only...
I fold.
Ooh, the clock almost expired on her, but she folded.
Fold.
With the blinds only at 1-1. A pod-sized bet,
I fold.
if you're first to act, is only 4,000.
Fold.
Difficult to protect your hand. Easy to see a lot of flops early.
And Ott with a pair of snowmen.
Did you have an ace?
Raises that,
Did you
takes
have
it
two
down.
kings? Did you have 3 4s?
Queen 10. Honestly, I had a really huge hand. And I thought with a raise you'd call it, but I didn't realize pot was that big. That was kind of silly. I shouldn't have re-raised you that much.
Kara Whedon still talking about the hand that she won with her pocket kings and didn't get any people taking her action. Now a lot of ladies on the board, 3 queens out there.
Raise the pot.
Whale raises to the pot.
And right next door, Brand has a slightly better hand. They both have queen suited. Obviously, Brand has whale pipped, but Brand is in bad position. He's going to have to act first now on this flop.
To the flop we go. Heads up, 7-10 jack.
Very interesting flop here. Brand has middle pair, but Whale has an open-ended straight draw. And her heart rate shows that she knows that a lot is at stake. And wow, what a danger card here. Now, Brand has a flush draw to go along with his pair.
Whale makes the call. And the river card is a 3 of hearts.
Check.
10,000.
Whale betting at it. Putting some pressure on Brand, who does have the better hand, but he may not be aware of that.
I call.
Good
But he
call.
does make the call. And he'll be happy with his call on that. Brand picks up the pot there. Assuming because she hadn't bet prior to that, the 3 didn't help her on the river. So Mr. John Brand Jr., the 27-year-old out of Knoxville, gets that pot. Well, again, we've told you about it. $25,000 on the line tonight and a seat to shoot for $50,000. This is the MansionPoker.com Poker Dome Challenge.